What's going on, guys? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the full self-driving in the Tesla Model 3, but this will apply to any Tesla vehicle. Okay guys, so if you're not familiar with what full self-driving is, it's a combination of a bunch of features, including auto lane change, auto park, summon, navigate on autopilot when on freeways. And so I'm going to be running over all of these things. So first of all, we're going to start driving. I have where we're going in the GPS, which is important, and we're going to pull out here. And the reason why it's important to put things in the GPS is it's going to help you with the navigate on autopilot part, which I will get to in a little bit. So I'm going to put the car into TAC, which is traffic aware cruise control, by clicking down on the stick here. And as you can see, the car can recognize the light is green and it wants me to hit the accelerator to confirm. And because there's a giant bump here, I'm gonna try to take it a little bit slower. So I kicked it out of autopilot for that. And I'm gonna switch over into the right lane. And I'm going to throw it in autopilot. So currently, navigate on autopilot is not enabled for city driving yet. So you're just going to have standard autopilot when you're on a road like this within the city. In this example, we are in the city of Phoenix. So I'm going to pull into this park right here so that I can show you guys the auto park feature. And so we're here in this park, and as you can see, there's a little P symbol here in the corner of the screen, which just disappeared. Let's see if we can get it again. There it is. What that means is the car has found a parking spot. So I'm going to hit the P, and there you can see the spot on the screen, and it says shift into reverse. Once you do that, you just hit start, and the car will automatically begin to do auto parking. Now, to be honest with you, this feature is not perfect at all. It will not be faster than parking your car on your own, so I just want to say that. But it does work, and I've never really had any serious issue with it. So as you can see on the screen there, it's found the spot. We're pulling in. And there you go. That is how auto park works. And it also works with parallel parking. And with parallel parking, it works really well, especially if you're not that good at parallel parking. That might help you a lot versus just parking in a standard parking spot like I did here. But let's get on the freeway and I will show you guys how it works doing that. So we're gonna drive to the freeway now, and we're gonna get on the 101. And so at this point, I'm now going to put it into autopilot, if it lets me. There we go. And as you can see, it's no longer two lines, it's one line, which means that we are officially locked in to navigate on autopilot. So navigate on autopilot works pretty well. See how the lane was really fat and it just kind of pushed us toward the center. So I'm gonna raise the speed limit here, and now you're gonna see how auto lane change works. So as you can see on the screen, it now wants me to make a lane change. And this guy is passing me pretty slow. As you can see, when there's a car there, it turns red. So now I've put on my turn signal, and once the car determines that there is a safe distance, it'll then make the lane change, which, by the way, this can be pretty aggressive. So prepare for some pretty aggressive lane changes. And I'm gonna change to the next lane. As you can see, it works very well with changing lanes, and honestly, that alone makes it worth it to purchase the full self-driving package. So like I said earlier, or maybe I didn't say this earlier, but I have the full self-driving subscription. So I didn't purchase it. It's now $12,000 to purchase. Which when I bought this vehicle, it was $10,000 to purchase. And so I kind of wish I did purchase it before and just financed it with my car, like bought it up front. Now if I want to buy it, there's no financing option, so I would just have to pay $12,000, which I'm not really in the market for right now. Now, the reason I purchased the full self-driving subscription, even though it's $200 a month, and some people don't think that paying $200 a month is worth it, for me, it really has been worth it because I do so much driving on the freeways. I like to drive up to northern Arizona a lot. I have a tight garage, very tight garage, because there's a lot of stuff that I store in there. So I have to be able to park my car in there. And so the summon feature works really, really well for that. Now, for any of you big city people who are curious if navigating on autopilot will work in the HOV lane, it does in fact work in the HOV lane. So if I do an auto lane change, it will then move to the HOV lane, which in Phoenix means the 80-mile-an-hour lane, so I got to pick up the speed. But yeah, this works very well with HOV. And as you can see, people don't even like me doing 80. This woman's passing me in this Jeep doing 90, probably. Arizona drivers are pretty crazy, that's for sure. So I'm gonna switch into my camera view. I really like the camera view when I'm driving because I can see, wow, look at that Corvette. It's really nice. I really like this camera view while I'm driving because I can see left and right blind spots as well as behind me with that nice wide angle rear view camera. So I really like when I'm driving to have this open. To be completely honest with you guys, I do not think that the full self-driving package is going to be for everyone. I wish that Tesla offered a lower price package which just had auto lane change and summon. It'd be nice to have navigate on autopilot, although it's not totally necessary. For me though, it is worth it because I am into technology. I love the way that these Teslas work, and the full self-driving computer is built into every new Tesla and a lot of the old ones too. So, you know, I figured why not utilize it, which is why I decided to go with the subscription. And the rumor is that Tesla will be offering a cheaper option when it comes to the subscription, where you will be able to pay like maybe like a year's worth of subscription and get a little bit of a discount. So maybe instead of $200 a month, it'd be like $180 a month, which would make it worth it to do that. So as you can see, we're gonna do another auto lane change. I always keep my hands near the wheel just because you never know what can happen. You've always got to be on guard. So this is going to be an aggressive lane change if it does it. Yeah, because there's a car behind me and in front of me, and it did it really well. Like it's honestly pretty surprising how aggressive the lane changes are at times. Like the car will literally slow down and squeeze into a car behind it. And you know, I'm not against it, because in any big city really, the driving is pretty crazy. And so having that feature be pretty aggressive is very necessary in my view. You guys are about to see the benefit of navigate on autopilot. The car is actually going to take the exit by itself without any intervention. It'll apply the turn signal. You can see the line on the screen shift. And there you go, the car just took the exit completely by itself, which is awesome. So navigate on autopilot continues, and then there will be a thing down there that tells you that it ends. So now I'm no longer on navigate on autopilot. And now I'm just physically driving the car. I've tried doing autopilot at a roundabout, which I knew it wasn't going to be able to do, but I figured why not try it? And the car completely panicked. It was pretty bad. And so I'm going to kick it back into autopilot now, and we're approaching this traffic light, and it wants me to hit the accelerator to confirm that it's green. Now, if there's another car in front of you, it won't make you confirm, but since there wasn't, it made me confirm. So now the speed limit is 45. So auto lane change does work on city streets if it can recognize that there's another lane. On the screen right now, it doesn't look like it's recognizing that there's another lane. So if I hit the turn signal, it won't change lanes, which is kind of annoying. But other times it will change lanes. Like now it can recognize it because I did it manually. And you'll actually see on the screen 2 lanes now, which shows that if I did hit the turn signal, it would then go into the right lane. I'm glad it showed that because sometimes it doesn't work, and it showed that on the screen. So that is a bit of a flaw, that sometimes the car can't recognize that there's multiple lanes. This can also happen in the HLV lane. So just keep that in mind. If you get into the HLV lane, the car might disregard all the other lanes. And on the screen now, you can actually see the stoplights. And when those stoplights turn green, you'll actually hear a chime come from the car. That is a really awesome feature that only comes with the full self-driving. If you're not paying attention, which a lot of people do at stoplights, that can come in handy. So we should be turning green here. And when it does, I'll pause for a second, because sometimes when it turns green, there you go, you just heard it. Sometimes if it turns green, it won't react. If you automatically hit the accelerator when it turns green, it won't make that chime noise. So I put it on autopilot here just to show you guys how it can stop on its own at a stoplight. You know, nothing's going on here, just completely stopped on its own. And then when the light turns green, you just tap the accelerator and the car will then move. But I do have to make a right-hand turn here. But yeah, guys, that is the driving portion of the full self-driving. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can use the summon feature to pull in and out of your garage. Okay guys, so here we are. I've got the car parked here in front of the open garage, and as you can see, nobody is inside. I'm also recording on my phone, and as you can see on the screen, it says close doors, so we're gonna do that. Door is closed, and now you have the go to Target, which is if you're in a parking lot. So say you're shopping at Target and you want the car to go from the parking spot to the front of the store to pick you up. It actually can do that, although it is a little bit buggy. I actually did do this a couple times, and I do have a video of it that I can throw in here to show you guys how that works. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the feature to back the car into the garage, which is the most likely scenario that you would use this for. So I'm going to step to the side, because if I'm near the car as it's doing it, it's not going to do it. It's very careful. And as you do this, you have to keep your finger on the screen like I'm doing here. So if I let go, like, let's try it, the car will stop. So you do have to keep your finger on the screen at all times. So let's try it again, except this time I'll let it go. And I'm keeping a good distance from it because I don't want it to stop. So now it does this sometimes. Sometimes it won't fully back into the garage. So you just have to do it again, which is kind of annoying. I notice it does that at my house too. But now the car is fully parked in the garage. When that doesn't happen, it's super cool and super convenient, but I won't lie, when it does stop like halfway through, it can be really annoying, especially if the app gets buggy and it doesn't want to continue going all the way through. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And also please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way it ranks higher in the algorithm. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.